And we're back. We're still here.
We're still here on our final day of X Games.
Day 3 of X Games. We lost Brittany. We lost Brittany to UFC last night. She went back to Vegas. Usually we have a really hot UFC ringo with us, so you guys lucked out.
Dang.
You got
I was
us.
wondering where Brittany was going to be.
We didn't want to let you know before you came on.
It's kind of funny. All of a sudden, since Brittany's come on, a lot more people want to come on the show.
It's been really easy to get guests.
I thought you were talking about Spears at first.
No,
No,
that
no,
would
you
have
guys
been
have-
next level.
Yeah.
Brittany Palmer.
Gotcha.
All right, it's day 3. We're live. We're on Twitch. We just got done with BMX Park. Men's Street Skateboard Final is literally going on behind us, and it is going on directly behind Trey Wood and Jake Yanko.
That's
Okay,
it.
good. I got it. And it's funny. I was reading this morning. I saw Melbourne, and I'm like, this dude's not from Melbourne.
Yeah, no, I haven't seen you around Australia.
Melbourne, Florida. I'm from Melbourne, Australia. So it's nice to finally meet another Melburnian.
Couple Melbourneians over here.
Do you say Melbourne or Melbourne?
I've started to say Melbourne, but the proper way is Melbourne.
Yeah, see, he knows. He knows.
In your accent, I feel like it's easier. Melbourne, like it's easier to like orn, but Americans like
Orn.
shorten it.
yeah,
Burn.
Exactly. How's your weekend? I know you're not skating.
Yeah. No, I sprained my ankle a couple weeks ago and kind of had to. I don't know. You never know with ankles. It could heal up in a week or it could take a couple months. So it's just kind of gauging, seeing how it's gonna heal. But yeah, wasn't good enough to compete this year, so had to pull out of the contest. But yeah, I came yesterday, and I've just been enjoying the show, watching my friends skate, enjoying the X Games festivities, watching other events. It's been fun.
What was most exciting, or what event did you enjoy watching most this year?
So far, BMX Dirt was pretty fun to watch. Of course, Skateboard Men's Park was fun to watch. Feeling a little bit of that FOMO.
100%.
But it's all right. It's cool watching them do what they do.
You gotta take care of that ankle.
I know, yeah, it's slow and steady.
Yeah, take care of that ankle because your health comes first. So there's no point trying to jump in there and hurt yourself.
Yeah, I've tried Russian injuries in the past. It doesn't work out.
So
I need your ankles.
Yeah, ankles are really important to skateboarding.
For sure.
the most important, and I
Yeah.
feel like the thing you beat up the most.
Yeah. Shocker.
Right? Ankles and wrists.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's got to be it.
What's in snowboarding? What do we beat up the most? Knees.
We blow out our knees all the time.
Yeah.
Backs.
It's
Backs
got to
a
be
lot.
collarbone for you guys
That's
too.
scary.
Everyone
Yeah,
I talk to
yeah.
like start snowboarding or anything, it's like
That's a new
breaking
one.
your collarbone's
Yeah.
like a rite of passage.
It is. That was the first thing I ever broke at 12, and
Lord.
then the last thing I ever broke.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When did you last break your collarbone?
It was at a woodward camp, playing around, and I started redoing some McTwists on this little quarter pipe, and then I'm like, yeah, I need to do like an alley-oop back rodeo now, and I just last thing I remember is somehow hooking my tail on the lip, and then I'm like, what was that noise? I break my big giant headphones, and I was like, oh fuck.
Damn.
I was like, is there blood? And these little kids are like, no. I'm like, lesson's over today, man.
Yeah.
Collarbone's gnarly.
Lessons over.
One
Trey,
day.
Trey, you skated in Park this year.
Yep.
No mega ramp, obviously. Last year you skated in mega ramp at
Yep.
Elliott's. It's a little sad that we don't have the mega ramp.
Yeah, it is. It's always fun. I feel like it's like a big part of X Games in
It's
a
a
way.
staple.
Like, the people love the big ramp.
I think it's what people want to watch the most sometimes.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just
Oh.
literally evil Knievel shit going on.
Yeah. Everybody always asks me like, "Oh, is Big Air gonna be going on? Is Big Air going on?"
I
Like,
think we
that's
need
what
to
they want to see.
financially. I think we need to financially figure it out. You know, building it here and spending all that money where the wind could come in and just
Yeah,
ruin a
for
complete thing. It's almost like unworth it. And then they did Elliott Sloan's the last 2 years, but I think once we get back inside an arena
Yeah,
where
that's
it
what I've been saying
guarantees
as well.
TV time and it guarantees that we can not,
Yeah.
it can go on.
Yeah.
Then I think it happens, and I think you're right. It is one of the most exciting things. Like, how could you not be excited watching somebody roll in? And it's
unreal.
spectacular.
I got an idea. What if they just laid some plywood over the first BMX
Dude,
jump and drop in? Would
Tom,
that
we're
be
talking about that.
See,
Dude,
right?
We wanted.
That's
Test
gnarly.
thing
That
out.
would
I
be
feel
a
like it would
demo.
work.
That's gnarly.
I feel like it would work, and the dirt's packed so hard that I feel like you wouldn't even need to put plies
Should
on
we
it.
talk-
Yeah, just
Those
put some
big
softer wheels on.
Should we
Yeah,
talk
you're
to
good.
someone?
We could probably make it happen, get over
Yeah.
the first jump at least.
Once Moto gets done today, we do a little after event.
Yeah, let's get
Yeah.
skate light here. Let's
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
Throw something on it.
Dude, get pulled into the Moto X quarter pipe.
Oh.
Fuck. That's a
Be
good
perfect.
one too.
Yeah,
I don't know.
that-
I don't know about that takeoff though. The chain link.
Oh, yeah.
Jeez,
You're
we
like
were just
80
sitting
mil
with.
wheels.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you'd have to land back on the quarter pipe because the dirt bank might
Oh,
not
yeah,
work
you're not
very
getting to
well.
do that.
We were just sitting with the CEO having breakfast, and Danny was pitching him all of his ideas too. We could throw these in the mix.
I blew it. I should have been there for that idea. He'd have been
Make a
like,
hat.
that's pretty cost
them all
effective. How many pieces of plywood would we need? I don't know, 20?
Just use particle wood.
Yeah.
Why not?
Particle wood doesn't really bend though, does it?
Oh, it's cheap.
It's cheap.
Yeah, I think as soon as it gets any moisture too, it's just
It's
blows
done?
out. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
slow.
I'm just looking out for the price cost.
Yeah, that's what we like. That's what we like. We
Yeah,
paint it,
yeah.
no one will know.
Exactly.
So street skates going on behind us. It's about to start. It's an Olympic year, so it's a big year for street skateboarding. Who do you guys got for today, and then who do you guys think's like the strongest moving into the Olympics for street?
Yeah. I've been skating with Jonka, John Carlos a lot recently, just going on filming trips with him in Europe recently, and he's unreal. It's so crazy watching him skate, and especially like a course where everything's perfect, he can do that so easily, because watching him skate in the streets when like there's elements, like there's like weather elements and security and just shitty spots, he handles that fine. He'll do his trick in 3-4 tries at most. So knowing this perfect course is like ready for him,
For
I think
sure.
he can get it.
Little Felipe Moto's been.
I
yeah.
love Felipe.
Felipe's crazy.
Yeah.
And last night I looked around, and Felipe's still 17, right?
Yeah, but
He's a
big.
baby. He's a kid.
And I just seen him. He looks older, but
Yeah.
cruising around the party, he like didn't know what to do, or like he kept just kind of doing loops. You know, like, I picked
making
up
his
on-
rounds.
And I was watching him for a while, and he'd walk into a group and kind of like, oh, and then, like I'm gonna move to another group, and he was just kind of looping.
Just checking in.
I got off the elevator and I see him literally holding little Japanese homie's like phone over his head,
Oh,
and
Daiki.
he's like big brothering him and like pushing him, and the kid,
Yeah.
dude, he was so mad, the little one. Like I was like,
Yeah.
I had to like watch for a second. I was like, I think they're gonna fight. Like this is kind of cool. Like
Yeah.
hazing is important in skateboarding, right?
Yeah.
A
You gotta
little
keep
bit.
it going.
You gotta
all
keep
get
it
it.
going. You
To
know?
an extent, yeah. Friendly hazing.
I was like, oh man, he's probably had a couple medals while he's here, so he's
Yeah.
on one.
Yeah. For sure.
Who do you think is gonna win straight today?
I think, I mean, obviously, Nija's like probably one of the most consistent
yeah.
in tech, but
man.
Brandon's flow in his qualifier was really dope. Like he was doing flips into like different trannies, and like
Yeah.
it looked like he was kind of really feeling it.
Braden Hoban.
Braden, yeah, Braden.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
the man. He's insane.
Yeah, what do you guys think? What are your picks?
Felipe, like I said, super
Yep.
good. Gio is one of my favorites to watch. Like, sickest trick selection, insane pop. We've been on those Euro trips with him as well, and he's just like watching him skate a street spot is insane. So like it's the same thing. Sick to see him skate a perfect course.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you said, Nigel's always a guy to watch. Everybody wants to see Nigel kill it.
Yeah, no, he's always. He can make podium any contest.
Yeah.
But they're the best. Like, what about the favorite underdogs? Like for me, always watching. Sometimes I'm like, big Foy fan.
Yeah.
Like, come
Oh,
on,
he's the
let's
man.
go,
Always the
dude.
fucking
Yeah.
man. Yeah, no.
Flutterboys, too.
Yeah. I like never really knew him when I was living in Florida. I'd go to a skate park and I'd see him and be like, wow, Jamie. But then moving out here, skating out here, I like got to know him, and then it's like, he's like, oh, I saw you back then. I'm like, holy shit. It's like that like fan moment. So yeah, watching him's a treat. He's the best.
Yeah, same with him. Best trick selection, best style.
Mhm.
I like when people do the basics the best.
Yeah.
Be done, you know? It's like seeing him just bench a front crook. It's
Yeah.
just basic, but it's not like
Yeah.
he doesn't have to flip into it, and it's the coolest thing.
Yeah, I noticed that yesterday. It was like kind of hard to like grade him versus I think it was Nigel yesterday in Best Trick because he was doing all those super tech like to Smith or Hurricane stuff.
Yeah.
And then Nigel was like, doing like some big
Flippin'.
steezy flipping lip. And you're
Right.
like, all right, well, how does that really rank?
Nollie heel back tail was insane. Though.
Right.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous that he just pulls that out.
Yeah.
But all those dudes, they all can do it.
Right. I haven't watched any of the practice, but I want to see Jamie. Dude, I just haven't watched anyone skate that rainbow rail. I want to see someone like Jamie front
sick.
crook the whole thing or something.
And he's been
probably
doing,
already has.
I think he's been doing like some feeble or backsmith like pop out early.
Oh yeah,
That's
probably
kind
front
of
feet.
cool because you really got to like lock in and then you're not going hauling ass on it.
Yeah. Dude, he's a master of balance. It's amazing.
Yeah, I don't know, just how he skates rails is ridiculous. Any rail.
We've got some videos here. I think it's you first, Trey, dropping in.
This is a chill day at the park. Haro ended up sending me a dirt jumper, like BMX style bike, and I was filming stuff for them that day. So I filmed a little bit of skating and then went out and rode the bike too.
Multi-sport.
Yeah, trying.
That Swampfest channel.
You could almost build a park with Gravette like that.
Yeah, Gravette's the man for
He's
all
a
the
big
different
BMX style
multi-sports.
guy,
Yeah,
right?
He kills it.
He did a season on our TV show once.
Hell yeah. Yeah, David's the best.
So this
I love
was
that
last year at X Games, right?
Oh.
dude. Yeah, at Elliott's.
That said, I'm so sad.
Yeah.
Just disappearing.
And then I think it transitioned into you, Jake.
Yeah.
Where's this?
This is in Philly, FDR.
Whoa.
He had a broken neck in this clip.
Oh yeah,
That's
my neck was broken.
That's written down there. How did you break your neck?
Fred Gall broke my neck. Fuck him. No, I'm just kidding.
Collision?
Yeah,
Or
collision.
headlock?
It was the first event of the day. It was on this new mini ramp that they built for the just for the park, but they're having an event on it. And I was just doing like a frontside ollie in the quarter pipe, and I was just leaning way too far forward. I fell forward, and Fred Gall is heading towards me, and he sees I'm falling. I think he runs out. I don't know if he was still on his board.
It was
I'm
a
fuzzy.
heated session.
Right, yeah.
And just his knee went straight into my head, but like the top of my head since I was falling forward. And I guess he broke my neck, but I didn't know. It just felt like a lot of like head pain since it was like more compact. But I don't know. I kind of waited for an hour, iced my head or whatever, and my neck felt kind of stiff, if anything. And I went to the EMT that was on location, and I was like, hey, my neck's feeling pretty weird, like feeling kind of stiff, and I forgot to mention this was my second time breaking my neck. I haven't broken any other bone. That day.
Jake, we got time. Settle in.
Yeah. Yeah, no, but
Did you get a concussion?
No. Like I remember everything. I didn't get knocked out.
So
like I was.
It was more.
insane.
It
I was
like
standing
jarred your
right there.
neck.
Yeah, like his knee hit the top of my head and like kind of compacted like in. But dude, I asked her about it. She kind of felt around. She's like, "Oh, you're fine. Like just ice it up. Like you're kind of overreacting, honestly. So like, just go out, watch the contest, see how you're feeling. The medic
told you you were overacting.
the Philadelphia medic.
Hey, but they make them tough in Philly.
Yeah.
It's rough. It's rough winters.
If it
out
wasn't
there.
for her, I probably wouldn't have done that.
Yeah, it's not like Melbourne, Florida, dude.
No,
you guys
no.
are a little soft compared to Philly winters.
Watch your mouth.
That is very true, yeah.
Trey, you're 3-time X Games medals, 1 gold, 2 bronze, 3rd place in the Tampa Concrete Jam, and then you won the Jam last year?
I think so. Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure.
I like how
Let's go with that.
I like how people in action sports completely forget their achievements and don't give a shit about their hardware.
Yeah.
Like they get a medal and they're like, I have no idea what that is.
Yep.
Like Danny's got 2 Olympic silver medals and I guarantee he doesn't know where they are.
Yeah, I think one's with my mom, one's with my dad right now. I gotta get
guess.
them out of the closet and bust them out for the next Olympics for sure.
Yeah.
Speaking of Tampa, I was watching some clips and I thought it was like your style when you were attacking the street course was so rad because you were like hauling ass.
Thank you.
And then like all like, like the tech grinds, but then like ollieing way out over the tranny.
Yeah. I don't have that many flip in, flip out tricks.
Well, you're
so
going
it's kind
that
of what
fast. It makes it a little harder to like flip into the rail
No,
when you're
it's what
hauling
I-
ass.
It's what I like to do. I prefer to like just get around the course with more speed, like, and I think it also comes from my personal preference watching other skaters too. Like, I respect all skaters and like what they do, like, but I just don't find enjoyment watching a skater just like creep around the course, like kind of just inching to a rail. Like,
I know we had a friend
refreshing,
like
right?
that.
Hey,
Skate the course,
I
but-
just browsed your Instagram before I jumped on here, and I could tell.
yeah.
I can tell you don't like a slow skater.
Thanks.
I was talking to another skater, and they were like, "Well, that's like the best way to attack that course too, like at Tampa for like that run."
Yeah, you kind of need
It's like
to
a
get
nice
around.
reset. There's like all these dudes, like you said, creeping around and doing all the tech stuff, which is crazy. Like, it's super gnarly, but it's nice to see people like Jake and then like others like Grant Taylor. Like, we like to see those people just flying around the course and doing stylish, sick tricks, you know?
I always really liked watching the Tampa pros and like AMs because there is a little bit more tranny to it, which is different than like this setup where you see like the most tech shit, and then you'll see like a 50-50 stall, and you're like, come on, man, like I could do that. Like at least do like a backtail or a boneless or something, you know, like. So that course I think is really cool because there is a little bit more like kind of that, you know, 6 foot to 8 foot kind of tranny features where people can really like mix it up.
Right, and it's on both sides too, so like you have to hit it no matter what. Whereas like something like this course, it looks like you can kind of avoid the transition if you want. It's somewhere like the Tampa course, you can't really avoid it, so more people try to do something on it.
Yeah.
All right, you guys are pretty big tranny experts. Who do you think's the worst tranny skater out there on the street course today?
Shit, that's a tough one. Yeah, I'll leave this one.
I know who the best is.
I'll peek back there through the interview and the podcast, and I'll give you an answer in
Some
like
of those dudes
15
look
minutes.
like, for some reason, all the street skaters can skate a mini ramp better than any transition skater. They all like
really?
flip in and do like.
They just have all the tech
Fakey,
shit.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know who I
they're
always
really
thought
good at
was
it.
crazy
I was
stuff
always
on
really
ramps.
surprised with Ashad
Yeah.
in
he
like
can
in
skate
events because
exactly,
he'd
yeah.
actually be doing like blunt flip
He's skated
tricks
the
and
park
stuff.
contest before.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
Fast at X Games, yeah, he's competed in X Games Park.
Yeah, he was doing Vance Park Series too when that was going on. Like he's been skating bowl contests. It's
Yeah.
amazing. He
Blast
can do
it,
whatever he
everything,
wants.
yeah.
So
Well, he's kind of grew up around the FDR era, right? Or at least through Philly in that zone.
He's got a good like range on skateboarding. He can do anything.
oh yeah. Him and
Trey,
Grant.
so how did you get into Mega Ramp and like how old were you?
Woodward West was like the first time I ever saw the Mega Ramp. The first time I went to camp was the first year that they opened it at Woodward West, and I just like snuck up there one of the day, and they had like didn't have chains on it because they had to put chains on it because of kids like me trying to go skate the Mega.
Yeah.
And then like a year after, they did like a Mega camp, so they like let us all come out and skate it, and that's like it just I don't know, fell into it from there. But the first thing I ever saw of skateboarding pretty much was X Games Big Air on TV when I was like a little kid.
Who was skating in that then? Was that like Danny Way?
Yeah.
Jake Brown?
Danny,
Like, in the
Jake,
Staples Center?
Yeah, Adam Taylor, all those dudes. Like it was even like I'm pretty sure I saw one year like when Omar Hassan was jumping Mega and stuff. Like
No way.
there's been so many like dudes that have done it and then stopped doing it, but the dudes that stuck, obviously Danny, Jake, like
And then
all those guys.
Bob.
Bob Burnquist, yeah.
when did
the
you
best
first
dude.
skate X Games?
I was 11, so
I was gonna say because there was like that era where like all of a sudden
Yeah.
it was like Bob, Danny,
Baby.
and then like Mitchie and like you and all these like people that were like 12 and under.
yeah.
like you and
Riding the
Jagger.
most gnarly
Yeah.
thing at X Games.
Mitchie broke into the scene, and then like me, Jagger, Tom, and Alex Argente all like ended up skating at the same time. the
Yeah, well,
first year,
Mitchie
so it
was the
like
first, right?
5 of us. Yeah, Mitchie was like the first young dude on Mega.
And you guys are all still here. It's crazy
Yeah.
to watch you guys grow up, literally.
Yeah, it's funny. We grew up here, pretty much.
Yeah.
But
I think after the first run, Deshaun Jordan is in first.
yeah, easy.
He's good.
I-
Oh, that's your boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I pulled it up, so I wanted to keep updates because
Yeah. Smart.
I wish we were watching it.
Right.
But we're stuck over here, which is totally fine. Danny, do we have any questions?
We do, yeah. Actually, we just got a question that I'm really excited about
All
because this
right.
is something I wanted to really dive into. Swampfest.
Oh, shit, yeah.
How
let's-
was Swampfest? And what were the highlights? Because this is
Hey,
like the most
a
wild
snowboarder's
skate
allowed to come, or
event.
that's not
Of course.
okay because I want to come.
No, we're going.
Next year.
So
Yeah, come next year.
How did Swampfest start? Let's start there because it's in Florida, right?
Yeah, it's in Florida, like North Florida, super swampy area where there's just like nothing.
And it's
except-
not like concrete. It's literally just like a
No,
forest
Who
swamp.
owns that
the plywood.
property?
What up?
Who owns that property?
Dude, I don't
The
know.
government.
Yeah, I couldn't tell
Nobody
you.
even
Yeah.
knows.
Not Trey, not the guy who runs it.
Yeah, that's for sure.
They've jumped around each time they've done it pretty much.
I remember seeing it in the
probably
past,
why.
but this
Yeah.
year, like the Monster Instagram page that weekend just started firing up, and I was like, "What the fuck is
Yeah.
going on right
Yeah.
now?" It escalated very
Oh.
quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy.
It's insane. It's the craziest people watching. Even like all the action sports stuff that's going on is insane.
Yeah.
But then just like watching the people that come to Swampfest and how they're partying so
Are
hard.
people
is
just
the most
camping out
insane
there?
thing ever.
Yeah,
Sleeping
most of
in
the people
mud,
are camping.
like
Yeah.
whatever it might be.
It looks
And
like a
it
place you would just like wake up with leeches all over
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, and it's like a war zone too. You can't sleep there that much. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't sleep there. I didn't do the full experience. I kind of feel like a fake for that. But
Hey,
but I heard stories.
Hey, I don't blame you.
Yeah, maybe next year we'll see. We can room.
yeah, we can room together. That's fine.
Yeah.
I'll try and bring a bus for us. That
But-
might be frowned upon.
Yeah,
Hey, that'd probably get broken into.
You're not getting out.
Yeah, no
Like, does
way.
it rain every year? Why does it get
No,
so
this year was-
sloppy?
Yeah, this was the year that like the main day it just rained
Yeah.
the entire
But I
day.
feel like that made it.
Yeah,
It kinda
was funny.
did for a lot of
Everybody
aspects.
Was
And then-
slipping and sliding. Like
Are you
trucks were
guys
getting stuck
signing
and stuff.
waivers?
I don't remember a waiver.
There's just a big
No, this is
warning
Florida,
sign
man.
before you walk onto
Yeah.
the property that's like
Like
walk
one-
into here at your own risk. Like
That's it's just a sign. It's just a skull.
I mean,
Yeah,
there's just
literally.
like rails,
I think I saw a
down
couple
rails
skulls,
into
yeah.
mud pits and stuff. Like,
Oh my
Yeah.
dude, the rail they built over the water.
yeah.
On paper, it already looked like such a fucked idea.
Would they send
But,
you a design? Or like
dude,
they show like a
Gregson-
map?
Chris Gregson, the filmer, he's doing all the follow cams here.
Yep.
He sent me a napkin drawing.
yeah,
That's
how
what I
all
was
the
gonna
designs
say,
come
like-
to
He's like, this has your name all over it, and it's a roll-on rail, and it was like 12 feet high, like 12 feet long, like 12 foot flat, like 16 feet down, 12 feet long here, 16 feet over the water, like something. The dimensions
And
were
it's
just
not a lot of
unbelievable.
water. It's like
No,
mud with
yeah.
like
No.
2 feet
I
of
thought
water
it,
at the
I thought
bottom.
it would be.
And
Yeah,
there's like people
if you're
driving
lucky.
their quads through it
Yeah.
as people are trying to grind the rail.
Yeah.
I mean, there might be
insane.
some people that are still under there,
Yeah.
under the water.
Guaranteed. Yeah, no, because at one point, yeah, there's no water. You're not landing into a pool. You're landing into like ankle to knee deep water, and then like mud that you can't get out of. So
Yeah,
someone would
so,
jump
like-
off, and you're just sitting there for 2 minutes trying to get your foot out.
While people
Like,
are falling
Yeah,
next to you.
I fell on a
You'll see them
shoe because
land
people are
their
just
full
losing shoes in there
body.
too,
Yeah.
and I like pulled one out. I was like, how's this? Like had to go on a search to see whose shoe it was.
I was scared for people's knees because, like you said, they would land and they'd just get
buckle.
stuck immediately.
And then what's even crazier is we sponsor it.
yeah,
Like we're
Yeah.
an official sponsor.
That's on you guys.
yeah.
Yeah, well, I don't know where the money's going because it looks like they built that whole thing with like under $700.
Probably.
Trey Jones is insane though. He makes it all happen.
Yeah,
It's like-
I don't think he slept the whole 3 days.
Yeah, he didn't. He-
Building it, keeping everything under wraps as much as he could. But yeah,
From,
there's
like-
fireworks going off at like 5 in the morning, 6 in the morning. Like,
Friday to Sunday.
No one's sleeping.
He slept like 2 hours. I'm pretty sure.
yeah,
What time of year? What month is this in?
that was
Yeah,
in
Danny,
February
I'm
or
putting the-
January.
Yeah. Right now.
Let's get this one because this is a really good one.
January, February, where it's not god awful hot outside.
Okay,
Yeah,
perfect
Wow.
place for New Year's.
yeah, it's the place to be.
That's probably the most.
Not
insane
Melbourne,
thing I've
Australia.
been to.
Nah, not Melbourne, Australia.
So you guys are both really fast skaters. One question I want to know is loose trucks, tight trucks, bushings. What are you guys riding?
Day
Loose
one,
trucks.
no bushings.
Loose-
no,
no,
no, no,
really?
no. I think he rides looser trucks than I do. I ride like I feel like everyone I ask, it's like, oh yeah, I ride my trucks medium, but I'm gonna give the same answer.
Medium?
Yeah, like a medium. I think a little more on the looser side, a little more give.
But not like flickable where it's like.
No. I don't have the rattle like the day one Ronnie Sandoval rattle.
I finally tightened my trucks up a little bit. They're still on the looser end, but they don't have any sort of rattle in them anymore, so
You're an
it's
ace
good.
pilot. You need to ride your
Yeah.
trucks loose. It's like required.
Yeah.
When you're
Literally.
riding park, are you riding a different setup than when you're in the street?
No.
That's saying.
All the same. Yeah.
But when you ride Mega Ramp,
yeah.
It's a bigger board.
Cranking it down.
Yeah. Yeah, Megas would be sketchy. You can use the same board, in all honesty. Like at Elliott's, I can skate my board that I skate
Because
park
that's
with.
not so big.
Yeah, but actual Mega, I would not drop in that.
When was the last time you sessioned an actual Mega?
When I hit the deck in Minneapolis.
Oh, I was there for that.
Yeah.
What were you
And was that
spinning?
the worst
what
slam?
What were you spinning?
900.
Backside
But,
nines,
yeah.
right?
It,
Were you there?
it was awful.
I was
No, I wasn't there.
It was right. So there was like it was in Minnesota. It was in the Viking Stadium. So I was on like this like a ledge where he was like
Right by the quarter pipe, right? Yeah.
and it was like a clean backside nine. Like,
Yeah. And you thought you had it, right? Until that last like 90?
Yeah, like I was bailing it, but I thought I had it, meaning I was not gonna hit the deck until I turned my shoulder for the last spin and I was like, oh shit, there's the coping right there.
Yeah.
And then I just like braced for impact, but they were feeling super good. The ones I was spinning, I was like super stoked on it, and then the contest was about to start and I was like, I want to land one of them before the contest starts. And that was the one where I was like, all right, I have to try this one, and then there's no more, because they're like, you only get one more drop in before we shut it down.
Damn, it was the one more.
Start. So yeah, I was like, all right, this one, and then I'm done. And then that one, and I was done. So
That's
what-
the curse.
didn't work out. Yeah.
so
Yeah, you blew it because it could have been also on live TV. You could have been like
Yeah,
Jake Brown.
Exactly.
Oh.
Did you
I
bounce
was
in
there
or
for
Could have
that
had your
too.
moment.
did you bounce in or was it just like deck to deck?
Yeah, I like
Flat.
landed with my thigh on the coping, one leg over, and then just front flipped to like the bottom of transition.
oh my god.
But it could have been worse. I somehow didn't break anything. I just rubber banded my whole body and like tore every muscle, but that was about it. Bruised my femur bone, but didn't snap.
I think because you're so high up, your
Yeah.
body just like naturally relaxes itself.
Yeah.
I feel like
Maybe
I
that.
feel like with Jake as well. Like Jake probably should have died.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Like
was
his shoe flew fucking so high in the air.
Yeah.
Your body's got to be
all the
like,
time.
it's getting ready for death. You
Yeah.
probably have that moment you're like, oh, that's it. This is it.
Right behind us right now, Nigel looks like he's just put a run down. And Nigel Houston has officially gone into first place
Sounds
on
about
his
right.
second
What
run.
a shocker.
Yeah. That's Nija.
Guys, he seems to be hitting a hot streak at the right time.
Yeah. He always does it at the right time. There's so many contests where he just saves it for the last second and then goes from like last to first with his last run.
So he won best trick yesterday.
Yeah.
He seems to be healthy. I'll say healthy. That's a good word to put it.
That's a good word.
We haven't seen him at any festival. We told him to stop coming to festivals. We said we're not going to give you wristbands.
Yeah.
There you
So
go.
he hasn't been to a festival in 2 months, and he seems to be pretty switched on. And I think if you're going to heat up, it's a time to heat up. I'm pretty excited for Paris.
Oh, yeah. That would be a treat to watch.
Yeah, and I
sick
think
to see.
for him too, right? I mean, he's done so much in skateboarding that like I think that's the one thing he really wants to like
Yeah.
accomplish, at least this year, right? Besides,
Well, 100%. And
See
you
it.
know, like, as accomplishments, and to us, same as skateboarding, Olympics, I guess, isn't everything. In snowboarding, it became that. But Danny was kind of first go around. It was the second Olympics when he won his first silver medal.
Yep.
And then it kind of got big. 2006, that's when Sean White entered the picture. Danny got second that year, Sean. And then that kind of hit the forefront. But in skateboarding, winning the Olympics, cool, forgotten about 2 months later. It's not like it's going to be the thing on your resume that you hold, but it's cool that it's there. But the first Olympics for skateboarding, it was COVID.
Yep.
You got it happened a year later,
Yeah.
and then there was all this pressure, and then somebody like Niger, it's tough, you know, like
For sure.
prepare yourself, and then you got to wait a whole year, and
Yeah.
then you've got a whole country of media riding you, basically being like, this is the guy that's going to win.
Right.
That's a lot
All
of
the
pressure.
headlines.
Yeah, it's a lot to deal with. So I think
but I think there's a big difference, right? Where like the Olympics is like cool, and from my experience, like I got a lot more fame, but it wasn't like the demographic that I was into. It wasn't like young hot
Randoms.
chicks my age. It was like 60-year-old women like recognizing me from like newspapers and stuff.
Yeah.
That's where I think X Games is really like where you want to be and where you want to do well. Also,
The 6-year-olds is a great demographic.
I know,
You
and
gotta give them the love.
I'm not gonna knock it off. That's why I also live in Florida. Right?
There you go.
I'm down.
Yeah.
Hey, how far away from you guys are each other?
I'm
are
in
you?
St. Augustine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I grew up like right near kind of Ponte Vedra, Kona.
Yeah.
So I was like, there was mega ramps in my early days. That's what I would have
There you
done
go.
because I got really good at flying out of that bowl.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Never really messed with the tombstone though.
That bowl is huge.
Oh,
The Kona.
Did you ever get
Kona
get on that tombstone there?
Yeah. I got a clip there like 3 or 4 years ago now. I haven't been back since, but
It's kinda weird.
It's a fun tombstone.
Because like for anyone who doesn't know, Kona's like very 70s park.
Yeah.
It's not
Oldest
like
park in the
real
world,
nice,
right?
smooth, tranny. Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's like this. I don't even know how big it is. When I was a kid, it felt like it was 30 feet deep. But
It's massive. Yeah, that bowl with the tombstone is huge.
taller than the vert ramp there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we're 3 hours away. You're not
okay,
too far.
cool.
Hmm. Do you still live there?
I do.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
All right. I'll have to visit you during Christmas
It's his
time.
hideaway. He's learning learning how to collect rocks and learning how to surf.
Yeah.
That's all we do, huh?
No, mostly trying to learn how to
Right.
surf, but I always go the worst time of year when there's not waves.
Yeah.
Yeah. You need a Florida Man story. You need to make the headlines. Have you heard of the
Oh.
Florida Man stuff?
Oh yeah, dude. I know Florida Man.
There you
There
go.
was actually this really cool Florida
He's
Man.
in all of us.
Because I live right across from this alligator farm that's been in business for a long ass time.
Alligator
And they have like over 100 different species of alligators and crocodiles. And this Florida man actually got drunk and climbed over this 12-foot fence into this alligator park and then got bit, climbed out, and then went to the hospital and tried to blame it on a dog and was like, no, really, that's an alligator bite.
That's
And then there's footage of him like hanging out with all these cool alligators.
Oh, the man.
Wow.
I think I know him.
Yeah, he's got a mustache. They're looking for him still.
We went crocodile hunting once in Costa Rica.
No way.
Yeah, we took the film crew and the TV show down, and then I had my friend Donald Schultz, who's like a South African crazy man and hunts like snakes and reptiles, and so
Sick.
he's like, yeah, I go crocodile hunting down there, which means you chase them down, you get in the water with them, and you wrestle them, and then you gaffer tape their mouth.
That's so
I thought it
gnarly.
would be a good idea to bring the film crew and 7 people, and we had one moment where the first night we went out and we were kayaking, and their eyes were like popping up.
Sketchy.
As we're, and then we saw a couple. We didn't, and then the next night we went on a boat to get a big one, and there was this giant one that I forget that one's name. It had like a name.
Maximus or something.
It had like some crazy name.
Megatron.
We all got in the water and we were chasing it down, and there was like 6, 7 of us in the water and the film crew, and we got right up to it, and the guide like, all right, we're gonna jump. The guy goes down, jumps up, goes on the water, comes up, and he goes, he's loose, everybody back in the boat, everybody back in the boat.
Yeah, we did some really stupid things.
That's
I,
entertainment, though.
I also licked Toad on that trip.
Sick.
Like, we went
Wow.
upstream and we camped.
Toad's this guy that was on our film crew. No, there was these like pussing back toads.
Yeah.
And these guys,
It's like a psychedelic toad, yeah?
dude, they
Yeah,
licked
yeah,
all these
yeah.
toads, and then they all started throwing up, and we were in the middle of nowhere on some river in Costa Rica, and I'm like,
We
"You
were
guys are gonna
staying with
die."
the family that lives off the land.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Oh, man. Here for a treat.
You got
Yeah.
the full experience.
I didn't know licking toads was a thing until I watched like a Family Guy episode about it, and it's like all these kids, and they're like, "You gotta try this, like lick this toad," and I was like, "What the fuck are they making up over there?"
It's the final stretch, Danny.
I don't want it to end. That's why I keep telling you we need to add 40 more events to X Games so we could be here for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Danny had this idea a few years back when we started working more with X Games, and his idea was to bring every single event that X Games has ever done back and do it over 2 weeks, like the Olympics.
Sick.
Yeah, like I want to see like sky surfing again,
Yeah.
and then have
Yeah.
them land down here.
It's not a bad idea. We pitched it again this morning as well, but that one, I don't think
No.
that one sunk in.
I gotta build a pitch deck for that one.
X Games like posted all their old events recently on their Instagram.
They're just teasing it.
Yeah.
And they used to do like that one I remember from San Francisco where they'd have like the snow big air and like all that cool stuff. That's
Yeah.
what people want. Bring
Yeah.
it all in.
Yeah.
I miss Moto X high jump over
Same.
the stick.
Yeah.
That was the one.
Rollerblading vert was so gnarly.
Oh yeah.
That was one of my favorites to
Yeah.
watch. Like outside of skateboarding as a kid? Because they went really big. And they were like doing double flips and stuff.
Yeah.
They were riding the ramp today when I was
backwards.
walking over here.
Oh, they were?
Yeah,
Here,
yeah.
I saw
Just a bunch
Tony
of
post a picture
rollerbladers.
with
No
them.
way.
Yeah.
Tony posted a picture with them. It's those 2 Japanese kids, right?
Yeah.
Do you think they
Probably.
go that fast because of all the wheels and bearings? Like if you guys had more wheels?
Is that how it works?
I don't know. You should try that for the mega ramp, dude. You could have like a double stack, like a dually,
work, yeah.
dually in the back.
Just in the back. Get some
Yeah, you got a
extra
truck
width
sponsor,
back there,
right?
too. Yeah.
That could be cool,
Need some
man.
rims, B.
Who's your truck sponsor?
Ace.
Sick.
Ace trucks, yeah.
Danny,
Ride the best. Independent.
what are you most? What's the most memorable thing that happened this week, buddy?
My most memorable thing? Ooh, there's been a lot of them. I would have to say like watching. I think yesterday interviewing like Jacko and then watching him go win was
Right.
really cool because he was like kind of serious. You could tell he was like kind of tense, and I was like, I didn't know you were so intelligent. Last time you were just like making all these like wang and fart jokes, and this time he was like kind of like a mad scientist yesterday, and then he went out and won it, which was really cool.
Right.
He is a mad scientist.
He is
Everything that
totally
does
a
really
mad
is.
scientist. You know he builds his own planes that he
Yeah,
flies?
exactly. Yeah.
Builds planes?
Yeah.
So insane. Like
He was
the
at-
ultralight plane.
Yeah, he was
right?
at the
Wow.
he was at the office one day and he was flying back home and he had all these plane parts and he had to order 2 Ubers and he was stuffing plane parts.
No way.
So
no.
sick. Yeah, I always see his Instagram where he's like flying barefoot in some plane he built, and he has like he's dropping off parts to different stores or something. Like he's just
That
doing
sounds
the
illegal.
craziest cool guy shit.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
did an interview with him like a year or so ago, and he actually like showed up with the nose cap to an airplane that he was
Yeah.
flying back to Australia.
Yeah.
And then like a Prius came to pick him up to take him to the airport. And they were like trying to stuff this giant box the size of this table in, and he's like, I'm gonna have to get another car.
So insane.
What do you guys have coming up? What's up next for you, Jake? Obviously you're just waiting to get healthy, but what's on the agenda?
Not much coming up. I'm going to some skate camps just to like skate with the kids, have a good time, and then
What are the
there-
skate camps you go to? Do you ever go to Windell's?
Yeah, it's called Seek Skate Camp now, and the board company I ride for, Welcome,
Yeah.
they have a welcome week
Yeah,
at
sick.
Seek Skate Camp this year, and that's going to be in August. So we're going to spend the week with the kids there and skate that place.
They're
But-
putting the airbag in there down too.
yeah.
The giant airbag's going in, and then I'm building a building with Find Your Grind there, so we're gonna have like an entertainment welcome center.
Sick.
It's a really
Oh,
cool
no
school.
way.
Wise Academy's cool.
Yeah.
Super sweet.
Yeah, I went once last year, and what's it called? Just for this, I think it's called the Northwest Open. They have like a skate contest over there, and this is so random. We were walking around one night just because it's like in the middle of the woods, and I don't know if I'm allowed to say this. We just came across some snails having sex, and it was the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Well,
It was just something I don't know. I
Yeah,
didn't
I
expect
mean,
to see that.
How did they do it?
yeah.
There was.
What, how did you find him? Was there a large snail trail?
Dude, no, right? No, there's kids playing dice right next to it. We turned a corner, and there's like 4 kids. They were just throwing dice, putting down money, and they're doing it on purpose right next to these snails on the wall, doing their thing. And they're like, bro, did you see that? And they're like, yeah, that's why we're playing dice here. So they're like
Wow.
betting while they're doing their thing.
Were they big snails? How big were these snails?
Pretty
Northwest
average.
snails?
No, pretty average. Like, yay big.
Standard.
Yeah, standard.
snail.
I've seen a bigger snail than that.
Shoot.
Before we jump to the next one, I definitely want to give
I'm
you
sorry, guys.
a big shout out though for the welcome deck. Probably one of my favorite skate graphics I've seen in a while is
Thank
your pro
you.
model
Appreciate
with the
it.
panther and the alligator kind of like biting
Yeah,
each other's
yeah.
tail. Or are they doing it too?
No, they're fine.
They're not mating.
Yeah, they're not mating. No, the graphic is called Swamp Fight. It's funny with that graphic. Welcome, the owner Jason. He kind of talked to me before about like turning pro. He's like, hey, we're kind of thinking about turning you pro. Send me like a mood board of stuff you like whether it's songs or just photos or animals. And like, I don't know. There's stuff I like, but in the moment I'm like, fuck. Like I don't know what to send him. Like it's like a lot of pressure to like almost create my first pro model. I kind of just want to leave it to him. But
Yeah,
I
because
think
that's it. The way skateboarding works, right?
Exactly.
You get given it, so you don't design it.
Right, yeah. And I told him, I don't know, in the moment I was like, yeah, I want some type of Florida aspect to the thing. And I think I told him, I was like, I just don't want some big alligator on my board. Like something obnoxiously Florida on my board.
Yeah.
I guess he already had the graphic ready by then.
And you just like put your foot in your own mouth.
Yeah. But then I had the surprise party, or they were like, yeah, like you're pro. And I saw the board, but the graphic was so sick. Like I immediately like had to take back my own words because I looked at it and yeah, it's just the gator and the panther fighting, but it's like, it's just such a clean graphic, and I love the way that Jason, the owner, I love his drawings. It's like I've always gravitated towards Welcome, like even before I was riding for them. So just to have something that has my name on it, that's his work, is just like such an honor, really. Like, yeah, it feels surreal, really. But I love the graphic. Like, yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to bring it. Maybe you gave him the idea. He's like, yeah, alligator, good idea.
Alligator.
I think you definitely gave him the idea.
Yeah. No, but he came up to me, he's like, dude, you said you didn't want a gator, and there's a gator on your board. Like, how do you feel? Like, he's like, I'm sorry if I fucked up. I'm like, no. Like, the graphic's great. Like, thank you so much. So, but he was worried. He was like, dude, you said you didn't want a gator on your board, and that's what I put on your
That's funny.
Your
I
debut
think
model.
it's sick, though.
I've always seen the signs of those panthers in Florida. I've never seen one. Have you ever seen one? Do they exist?
I've always wondered that too.
I've seen one North Florida too, like kind of up towards you. It wasn't just out in the wild though. We were at like not a zoo, but some type of safari type thing where you like kind of drive around. It's what you're supposed to see.
Okay.
So
Where are they supposed to be? Those panthers just.
I don't know. They're always like,
around there.
I always see them like on the sign on the road, like Panther Crossing. You're like, all right,
Where are
open.
they?
Where are they?
I saw my first either mountain lion or California mountain lion. I do the Hollywood sign a lot, so you're up in those woods area, and they're up there. And me and a friend were walking down the other day, and this little baby, you see coyotes all the time, but this thing was like a baby furry. It wasn't a coyote. And he said, what is that? And I said, oh, we'll walk around the corner. It's probably someone's dog. We walk in that corner, and there's no one there, and this thing just runs down into the bush. I was like, oh, shit. And then I'm like trying to look for it, and he's like, Dingo. It's Tully from Jason's show. He's like, Dingo, you know there's a baby, there's a fucking mum here
There's
somewhere,
a
right?
mom
And I'm
somewhere.
like, yeah, but he's so cute. We gotta see it.
That's the worst case scenario. That's where you don't
Get
want
the
to
camera crew out.
What I wanted to ask you was how is it moving to LA?
I like it actually.
I mean, it's a skate haven.
Yeah, there's plenty of skating over there. Just moving from Florida, like, I've been living in California for 2 years now. Like, I moved to Carlsbad first, San Diego County, just because that's where a lot of, like, transition skating is, a lot of bowls, and that's where a lot of that
That's where the
side of
industry
skating is. Yeah.
Skateboarding is based around SoCal, especially that area.
Right, yeah. Lived there for like a year and a half, moved up to Costa Mesa. I just been moving into different parts of California, trying to see what I like, and I just landed on LA. Just because I was driving there all the time.
You seem like an LA guy.
Oh, take that back.
Not like that. Not like that.
That
but like-
hurt.
Yeah, that was not a nice thing to say sometimes. You can take that the wrong way.
I'll act like that wasn't a jab.
Oh, no, it wasn't.
It wasn't.
I lived there.
Okay.
Over the years,
Yeah,
it's
you're
like,
an LA guy.
You seem like an LA guy.
no, but that's like Steve Berry used to be my neighbor. Like, that's like, is he not cool anymore?
No, he's the man.
Yeah.
man.
Jeez, going down a rabbit hole.
No, it's all right. LA's fun though. Like, I love it.
But
I've been living there for like 2 months
Not
now.
more so the scene, but there's just so many skatable spots there.
Everywhere.
Or iconic skatable spots.
Right, you drive down the street and you see something you've been watching,
Yeah.
like on repeat on some old skate video for like 10 years now, and you're like, oh, that's the spot. Like, I live 2 blocks away from it. It's so weird.
I got to go skating with Corbin last year, and I thought it was really funny because we went to this kind of mediocre park with metal ramps somewhere near LA.
Oh, Frogtown. That's
and,
Mars, probably.
And then like, all these literally legends started to show up, right? And I was like, wow, this is weird.
Mm-hmm.
And then all they did was play a game of skate over a rock. And I was like, this is so cool. Like Costin's doing tricks over a rock.
So
And that was it.
Yeah,
It was like the worst park I've ever seen.
Right, you're like, this is what pro
Sometimes those are the
skating
best.
looks like?
Yeah, I was like, wow, this is cool. It's like me riding in New Jersey or something.
I pulled up on Costin
Skateboarding.
like a few months ago on a street, like just on Koreatown, like on West End, I'm like driving down. I'm like, you'll see like a camera crew. You're like, oh, it's someone.
Right.
And then it's Carson. So I loop back around. I pull up and look at him, and I'm like, what are you doing? He goes, same shit.
K-grinds.
Yeah, and you see everyone out there too. Like so many skaters live out there. I don't know if I told you this. What's it called? I shattered my old phone and I was driving up to Glendale to the Apple store to just get a new phone. And at one of the turns, I saw Deshaun getting out of his car, like, at his apartment. I didn't say anything. Like, I don't really know him like that.
That would be this during COVID.
Yeah. I don't really know him like that, so I didn't want to, like, be like, oh, Deshaun. Like, hi, do you remember me? But,
High voice, say just like that.
Yeah, squeaking probably. But, yeah, I know where you live, Deshaun.
What about celebrities? Have you seen any celebrities in Hollywood? Or in the California
really.
area?
I haven't seen too many yet off the top of my head. I know my girlfriend saw Julia Fox, the main lady in that movie Uncut Gems with Adam Sandler.
Oh, yeah.
The main lady in that. He saw. Oh, dude, I saw Kevin Gates at the airport like a couple months ago. That was sick. Yeah, he's tall. He looks like 6'4",
one of my
6'5".
favorites, I saw Whoopi Goldberg. Remember we were getting tacos at like Pinches or whatever?
Yeah, I used to live in West Hollywood, and there was like Pinches right by my house. So I used to eat there all the time. And we're in line, and he's like, that's Whoopi. And
I'm
then
going like this. I'm like, he goes like, what? I'm like, she was right in front of me ordering, and then she turned around. I'm like, what would you recommend here? And she's like, the chicken taquitos, and I've gotten it every time since.
We used to eat there a lot.
Special.
Yeah, that was probably one of our like most A-list like stumble ponds.
That's sick. That's a good one.
Yeah, I had to play it cool. Dingo didn't know who it was at all.
Was watching the movie Ghost recently. She's a legend.
Yeah, she's a legend.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could point her out in a crowd, but the name is one of the most famous. So
Yeah, I'm a little bit older, so for me,
We just gotta look. You just gotta look
Sister
for
Act?
dreadlocks.
You watch
just
The
gotta
View?
watch Sister Act.
Oh man.
Yeah, The View. Yeah, see, different generation.
Yeah.
yeah.
My
Trey,
mom.
Trey, what do you got coming up?
After this, I got a couple weeks at home, and then I'm going to the Bahamas for a charity event with Lizzie Armanto and Mommy Tezuka.
Yep, that's a
gonna
fun
be-
crew.
Yeah, giving out a bunch of boards and shoes and a bunch of gear to all the kids out in the Bahamas so they
Sick.
can get skating and get moving.
Sick.
And then there's talks of going to Rotterdam after that, and I haven't confirmed it yet, but most likely going to be in Rotterdam right after the Bahamas.
When's the Copenhagen event?
They're actually not doing it this year.
Whoa.
They're trying to move it to Athens, I think.
What
Yeah.
happened there?
I think they just needed to let it cool off. You got, like,
Oh, we got a little.
They got in a lot of
Yeah.
trouble, I bet.
yeah,
That event looks so fun.
Oh, it's great.
it gets bigger every year. There's like thousands of people last year, and it's supposed to be like a if you know type of event.
Yeah,
And
but
then-
I like that about Europe. Europe does so much cooler pop-up stuff that I
Yeah,
feel
they
like
do.
America does.
Yeah.
Seems like
And they
there's
let it
events
happen
every
in the
week.
streets where you can never do that in America.
yeah.
No, yeah,
Europe
you'd
has
have
the
the
best
riot
events.
police here if you like try to do a skate contest in
Yeah.
the street.
Guys, it hasn't really changed. Nigel's still in first. Hoffler's about to drop in for his last run, currently in 6th. This may be a Nigel sweep this year.
Damn.
Wait, did he win?
He won best trick yesterday,
Okay, well, sweep, best trick, and then street.
but that's the only 2 events he did.
They only
Oh.
have 2 or 3 runs in the
3.
street. 3, sick.
Same as Park, right?
Yeah, it was 2 for
Yeah.
qualifier, same as street, and then 3 for the final.
Who won finals?
Keegan Palmer.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Keegan was
Going
up
on.
late last night.
Yeah, he was.
Keegan was trying to get my face tattoo. He's like, I'm gonna get it right here. Right here. I'm like, nah, man. I think you're gonna wake up and regret that
That's
one.
an
He goes,
intimate spot.
Never,
yeah.
never. We flew back to randomly. We flew back to Australia a few years ago, and randomly we were sitting right next to each other.
Sick.
So then it was like right after the Olympics and like whatnot. So it was like, we had this like 12-hour bonding session,
Oh, yeah.
and we've kind of been cool ever since. He's a cool kid. It's funny because Greg Norman. Do you guys know who Greg Norman is? He's a pro golfer.
Word.
Okay.
And he's one of the most famous like pro golfers, but he never won a championship. But he builds golf courses. Calls himself the Shark, and he always wears the Shark logo. And he's extremely wealthy, like one of the most wealthy Australians ever. And for whatever reason, Greg Norman attached himself to Keegan.
No way.
So, like, when Keegan was training and coming up, like, Greg Norman was there, like, supporting him, hanging out with him.
Crazy.
So, like, Keegan gets to, like, go play golf with him, and that's why you see Keegan, like, at F1 with Lando.
Yeah.
Like, Keegan's got, like, a full-on hall pass into the elitist world. That's hilarious.
That is
like, he was
crazy.
going home to play golf with Tiger. I mean, with Greg Norman. I was like, wow.
my God.
That's wild.
Jeez.
That's a dream.
No, I've seen his Instagram swinging the clubs.
Yeah, he's good at golf himself too, isn't he, Keegan?
I couldn't tell you.
Me neither. But it looks good.
You a good
Yeah,
golfer?
if he's with that guy, yeah.
What about
probably
you,
good.
Trey?
I
Coming
can't.
from Arizona.
Yeah, everybody's into it out there, but I try and try. Like
It's so
every time
hot.
I play, I'm like,
What is the
I
scene
can't
like
get it.
in Arizona? Because it's hot there, right?
yeah, it is hot. I was born and raised out there, so
Okay.
You're used to it.
Yeah. Like
And do you
just
still live
go
there?
out. Yeah. Yeah. I bought a house like when pandemic hit and the prices were still good, and then been staying out there more often since that. But yeah, I don't know. I love Arizona. I like.
Do
like
you
the
have
family.
a pool at this house?
I need one. That's what I'm trying to do. I want to get like one of the swim skate pools so I can fill it in the summer and
Yeah.
drain it in the winter.
You could make a spine pool and have
Yeah.
one side empty, one side full. That'd be pretty sick.
That would be sick.
It's just like a little fat spot, like
Yeah.
enough.
I don't know if it's true, but Lance Metlin, legend skater, I was told he had the same pool, but two of them, like one to skate and then one to swimming. But
That
they
makes
were
sense.
identical.
If you're Lance Mountain, that makes
I was
sense.
told. It
Well,
could be
the big
wrong.
tile?
But yeah,
No way.
that's what I was told. He had like his pool that he skated right here, and then around the corner he had his pool that he swam in, but they were the same exact pool.
That's so sweet.
How old's Lance now?
I'm not too sure.
Like,
But
he's 60.
He just had a
the
birthday. I
best,
think he
yeah.
just turned 50 or 60 or something like
No,
that.
he's older than 50 because Tony Hawk's 56 now.
Yeah. No, he must have just turned 60.
Wow.
Yeah, he just had a museum with like all of his stuff. Like, I just was. We were on a trip with Mike Burnett from the photographer for Thrasher, and he was at the museum thing, and I guess he hoards, like he's a big hoarder of like all the stuff he's ever done in skating. So there's like all this memorabilia he just pulled out of nowhere, and then all of his art, which is incredible. Like,
Wow.
Yeah, I heard it was
Yeah.
like quite a showing.
That's cool.
He's the man.
Danny, do we have any more questions in there
We have a couple questions
from
in
the
here.
chat?
They're kind of like skateboardy, the questions you would get, almost like bust a kickflip. What's the
Badass.
hardest trick the boys have done?
Me?
Yeah, you.
Hardest trick. I hate this question. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
I know, it's one of those
Tough
things,
question.
like, people will
Yeah.
always ask you, like, what's your best trick? You're like, my best trick? I don't know.
I gotta try to prove myself to you.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know.
Yeah, I feel
What
like
was
that-
like,
it's like
was
a-
there a trick? What have you battled the hardest to get, like, in a film section?
There's been a couple street tricks that I think I've battled, but let me
The
think.
last thing I did it wasn't my hardest trick. I did it pretty fast, but it was like the hardest mental battle for me. Was
Got it?
this big channel I did at a park. Like it,
In Copenhagen.
I did it within. No.
Oh,
Channel
my,
gap
my
or
video
what?
part that I did.
that one. Okay.
Yeah, there's like this channel gap that was in Arizona that I had wanted to do for like 2 years straight, but I like didn't know if I could physically do it, and it was like if I mess up, like I would just blow my feet out. So I was just like trying to get my head to the point where I'd attempt it for like a year and a half straight, and that was probably the hardest trick, just getting myself to make myself do it. Like,
Yeah, and especially if you, like, spend that much time thinking about
yeah,
it.
I was losing my
Looking
mind
at it.
thinking about it, and that was the hardest part. And then when I finally did it, it was like the best thing ever. So I don't ever have to think about it again.
All right,
But-
guys, unfortunately, I got to do this, but we got to wrap because we're going to go straight to
yeah.
a rig riot.
Nice.
Danny, it's been awesome. Jake, Trey, thank you for joining us. Thank you for
Thank
being
you,
our
guys.
final guest
Thank
on
you,
Day
guys.
3. It's a wrap. Thank you for everybody. X Games 2024 is a wrap.